High school, right? It can be a total blast, super exciting, but let's be real. Sometimes it's just tough. But what if I told you that you've already got this amazing tool, like an inner compass, to help you navigate it all? Well, let's dive in and find it. I mean, be honest for a second. With the classes, a mountain of homework, trying to figure out your social life, and oh yeah, planning your entire future. Does it ever just feel overwhelming? It's a question pretty much every single student would say yes to, right? And hey, if you said yes, here's the number one thing you need to hear. You are not alone. That feeling is so normal. You're trying to balance all this academic pressure with friendships and social stuff that changes by the minute. It's a total roller coaster, and of course, it's a lot to handle. So yeah, you're in good company. Okay, so let's call it what it is, the high school maze. And it can be so tricky to navigate these years. Some of the sources we looked at call it tricky adolescent waters, which I think is a perfect way to put it. It really can feel like you're stuck in this huge, confusing maze, and you don't even have a map. But what if you did have a map? Or even better, what if you had a guidance system built right into you? An internal compass, your own personal inner GPS that could help you make smarter decisions, handle all that stress, and connect with people when things get rocky. Well, here's the secret. You do have one. And that guidance system, your inner GPS, it has a name. It's called social emotional learning, or just SEL for short. Think of it as the software that can help you navigate that high school maze. So, what is social emotional learning exactly? Well, it's the whole process of developing the skills you need to manage your emotions, hit your goals, feel empathy for other people, keep up good relationships, and make decisions you won't regret later. The key thing here is that SEL isn't just one thing. It's a whole toolkit of skills that helps you understand yourself and deal with the world around you. All right, so let's pop the hood on this inner GPS and see what makes it run. We're going to break down the 5 core skills that are the components of your GPS. Okay, so here they are, the 5 SEL competencies. These are the key functions that make the whole thing work. First up, you've got self-awareness, basically just knowing what you're feeling and why. Next is self-management, which is all about what you do with those feelings, like handling stress without freaking out. Then there's social awareness. That's being able to see things from other people's perspectives. After that comes relationship skills, how to get along with people and build good connections. And it all leads to the last one, responsible decision making. That's taking all the other skills and using them to make good choices. And I want to be super clear about this. These aren't just school skills. They are 100% life skills. Yeah, for sure, studies show they can help your grades and get you to class more often. But the real payoff? It's way bigger than that. These are the skills you're going to use in college, at your first job, and every relationship you ever have. They're for your whole life. Okay, great. So if SEL is our GPS, what's the power source? How do we keep the battery charged? Well, the power source for your GPS is something called mindfulness. This is the fuel that makes the whole system work. And mindfulness might sound complicated, but it's really not. Here's a great way to think about it. Focusing your attention on the present moment, on purpose, non-judgmentally. That's it. It's not about trying to empty your brain or stop thinking. It's just paying attention to right now and not judging whatever comes up as good or bad. You're just noticing. And listen, this isn't some kind of weird, mystical thing. We're talking about the science of mindfulness. This is a secular, scientific practice. It's all about observing your thoughts without labeling them good or bad. And the results? They're totally backed by research. We're talking reduced stress, better focus, and a huge improvement in how you regulate your emotions. So this is the really cool part. Let's connect the tools. How does something as simple as just paying attention fuel all those big SEL skills we just talked about? Well, the connection is actually pretty direct. Think of it like this, a simple step-by-step process. Step 1, you practice mindfulness. That just means you focus on right now. Step 2, because you're focused, you start to gain self-awareness. You actually notice what you're thinking and feeling in the moment. And that leads to step 3, you improve your self-management. Because once you're aware, you create this little pause, this tiny bit of space between a feeling and how you react. And in that pause, you get to choose your response. You can respond thoughtfully instead of just reacting. All right, let's wrap this all up with the key takeaways. First, SEL is basically a set of 5 core skills that help you navigate, life. Second, it's absolutely vital for getting through high school and everything that comes after. Third, mindfulness is just the practice of focusing on the present moment. And finally, and this is the big one, mindfulness is a key tool that helps you build all those SEL skills. It all fits together. So the real magic here isn't just knowing this stuff, right? It's about actually using it. So I'll leave you with this question. How will you use your GPS tomorrow? When you're facing a tough test or you have to have a difficult conversation, how are you going to use that inner GPS, even just for a second, to help you find your way?